make their business happen through the Startup Entrepreneur Academy, mentoring, and events. Also an author and an inspirational speaker. So thank you very much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't think I need to use the mic, but if you guys can't hear me, let me know. Is there still a mic in here?
Yes.
If I need one?
Right there in that chair.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a great room. I'm so excited. I know it's cold outside. It's President's Day, and you ladies and gentlemen are here. So I have to say thank you for being here today at Phoenix Startup Week, and thank you to Phoenix Startup Week for allowing me to present this information. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what the next 45 minutes is going to entail, and that is why am I qualified to talk up here and let you know about these 10 essentials. I'm going to also talk about what are some staggering statistics about startups in general. We're going to dive into the 10 essentials every startup needs. And then I'm going to talk to you about why I'm passionate about helping startups and what I'm doing for that community, as well as open it up to some Q&A. So when you walked in, I'm going to point to this sign right here. So we're going to do a little bit of a contest at the end. It says, get some #KBC. I want you guys to look at this sign, and I want you to think about, as I'm talking, what #KBC stands for. It's going to be the last point that I talk on, but whoever guesses this will end up walking away with my book. I'm going to give you one of the books that I just released. So why am I, the T's falling there, but why am I qualified to talk about this? I get often the times mistaken as a student at ASU. I walk in, I'm one of their venture mentors. They're like, what major do you have? I'm like, no. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm here to mentor you. So I've been in business since 2004. I'm a graduate of Arizona State and actually a broadcast journalism major that in my senior year decided this isn't for me. I don't really want to be in the public spotlight. I do not want to be in full hair and makeup all the time. I just want to help people. This is what I want to do. So I ended up totally changing my path. I worked for a couple of ad agencies for 3 years and decided these people are all nuts, crazy, don't have any ethics, and decided I want to start my own company. So in 2004, I took the entrepreneurial leap and I started Simply Put Marketing. In 2009, I started Details Event Management Company after sitting on the board for the American Marketing Association, being very pregnant and planning some of their major events, and decided, why don't I start a business doing this if I'm going to do it pro bono? And then lo and behold, I had my son Caleb in 2008. Some of you guys remember it was like the worst time to have a marketing company. I had lost a lot of clients, and I was trying to find a networking organization that met the needs of both being a mother and an entrepreneur, and I kept coming up empty-handed. I could not find one. I ended up going to a networking group and telling them that this isn't really for me. How many of you have gone to networking events and kind of been publicly humiliated? How many of you? I'd like to see a show of hands. So I was at a networking event, and I kid you not, 50 people in the room. It was a leads group. And I said, I'm kind of in an awkward position. I could stand up and you're looking at my back. I could stand up and you're looking at my front. Can I please just go up and talk in the front of the room and tell people what I do? And they said, sure. So I start walking and I start telling my spiel, and all of a sudden they're dinging me and buzzing me and telling me to sit down. Why? Because they started timing me when I started walking up. Crazy. So now I'm humiliated. I go to moms groups, and it totally was like being in the Twilight Zone. I am not a stay-at-home mom. I'm not wired to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm an entrepreneur who now became a mother, and I don't plan on giving any one of those things up. I end up leaving that room and telling the person, she asked me, are you going to join? And I said, hell no. I said, I think I'm going to start something of my own. I just don't know what that looks like yet. You find the solution. You feel that there's a need for something else better, and that's why you start a business, is it not? You want something that nothing else exists out there. So I ended up going home and writing on my blog and saying how frustrated I was being a mom and an entrepreneur and trying to find this perfect place that didn't exist. And what do you think happened? Who wants to take a guess? Some of you know my story. No? Okay, so the Arizona Republic contacted me and said, we read your blog, we love what you stand for, we want to feature you as this mom entrepreneur. and I ended up making front cover of several publications, and now the girl who wanted to report the news is now the news. So I'm all over the news. I was just on the news, in fact, on Tuesday with Mike Jones talking about Phoenix Startup Week and all the stuff I do for startups. So a little twist of events. So why else? Well, I love startups, as I shared. I just launched a program called the Startup Entrepreneur Academy. I'm giving a grant to startups coming up in May. And I just authored a book. I wrote my first one back in 2010 called When the Universe Throws a Curveball, How a Mom Entrepreneur Went from Disappointment to Living Her Passion. And just this last couple days ago, released my newest one called What Are the Odds? A little edgy. A mom shares her good, bad, and what the moments in life and business. Because I think that we've all had some what the is going on here. I can't say it. I don't think they'd let me. They probably put me out. So I want to tell you something. I may be this girl in pink and pink. These girls here are my tribe. They're like, wear pink every day. So I am not the sugarcoat kind of girl. I think you already know by the title of my book that I intend to bring it and tell you through my own personal experiences and stories why you need these 10 essentials in your business, okay? So let's get into some staggering statistics. Take a guess. How many of you know how many startups start every single month in the U.S.? Take a guess. I'd love to hear it.
10,000. 15,000.
15,000. Not quite. Anyone else?
10,000.
Not quite. It's huge. It's a huge number.
300,000.
300,000. You're on the right path. Anyone else want to take a guess?
500,000.
500,000. Yes. So Forbes reports that 543,000 startups begin every single month in the United States. That is crazy. People are starting them right now. I bet you anything. Every second there's a startup happening.
And how many out of this?
90%. They say 90% will not make it to year 2. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is?
You know, the right resources.
Right resources, yep. How about lack of cash flow?
Competition.
Competition.
Bad process.
Bad process.
Planning.
Not enough, good, not enough effort. Yep, yeah. There are a lot of
They're
reasons.
concerned about the local market. This is the most important.
Yes,
They don't think about the international.
no.
So there's
Yeah.
another stat that says you need to start 10 businesses and one will be successful.
I'm at 4. This is my 4th business. And this is the only business that I have so far anymore. I transitioned, I sold some, and now this is the one business where I said, I'm only going to do things that I love for people who I want to serve that appreciate everything that I do. Because I have worked in a lot of industries where people are like, we love you, we hate you, you're fired.